So I hope you're doing well. Let me just organize this over here. Okay, so there are a couple new tools out there I will just be showing to you in this video. So the first tool I'll be showing you is, let me see where I have it. It's called NotebookLM. The link is notebooklm.google.com, I believe. And once you open it, it will kind of look like this. To be honest, I think every account just gets a couple credits, so I think you can create maybe 3 or so and then download them, but basically you just create new, and what it does is you can upload any kind of files and then it will create a podcast out of those files where you can then ask questions about anything like that. So for example, what we did in this case for Welder, for example, I went ahead and I created some really unique, I would say, text with ChatGPT, like why controversial is different and the only way to go, specifically in regards, let's say, to wellness and so on. So I went ahead with ChatGPT, our custom GPTs and so on, to kind of create really unique pieces of text, pieces of content. This is what you need in order to create a really good podcast. So we have the Welder positioning to give it context about the brand as well, how we position ourselves, and then the text, the controversial part. So those are the first steps where you will really just need to go ahead with ChatGPT. And obviously, like I mentioned in the previous videos, it's always good to use custom GPTs, so I can also share with you some access to them. So for example, the brand strategy and positioning expert, anything like that will really help you, or even the real copywriter, anything like that will really help you write amazing pieces of content, but depending on the information that you want to give it. So this kind of first steps where you will just create a couple of documents, then you'll go ahead and you can add and upload any kind of Google Docs that you have. It can also be links, PDFs, basically anything that you have. Make sure that you don't upload too much so it doesn't get too confused. And like I said, it does need to be really unique and bold. Otherwise, it will just be quite boring, to be honest. And then you can customize it. You can say, okay, focus on why it is really important to be controversial in this day and age. And then you can make it shorter, default longer, anything like that. And then you will simply hit generate. And then it will come up with a podcast. Let me see where I have it. So it will come up with a podcast and then you simply can listen to it. It is quite good. So that's the first step. Next step, we'll go ahead and I already edited in here into Canva. So I simply created a new video in Canva and then I edit the audio file in here. Now what I will go ahead, I need to turn off the audio of all the, let's see, mute all. I need to go ahead and I need to make sure that all of those videos are muted. Let's see, hopefully that worked. This is the only one that we do need on. And then I will just go ahead and I will add different pages, and I already have a couple of clips here and where we can just go ahead, maybe like this one, drag and drop, and then need to mute it again, or I will just, like you saw, I can just mute them all at once too. So now I'll go ahead, I will simply add in a couple of, you can also go ahead copy paste and then just switch it out. That works too. There are obviously a couple different examples on how you can do this. So I'll just go ahead and I will just add in a couple of clips. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, if you just copy paste it and then switch it out, I think this is the easiest. All of them are already muted. Let's see what else we have. So I'll just maybe, and it can even be a little bit longer since it is a podcast. So obviously I think the whole thing is 10 minutes long. We're not going to take all of it. But since this one is going to go on social media, YouTube Shorts and so on, as well as Instagram, TikTok, I don't think so. It can be a little bit longer because we do want to have, we have those viral style reels, those very short ones. And then we do want to combine it with those kind of reels that are a little bit more longer, like I said, a little bit controversial, talk about different kind of topics in this podcast, and then we will just kind of have different elements about us, about the brand, anyone you're creating this for on top. Like I said, it can be obviously in whatever kind of content you are creating. It is good if you have engaging video clips on top. If it's if it's you in the background talking about it, or even if it's like here, if it's like a podcast in the background, it's definitely always good to have like very engaging clips on it. Some of those ones that we see on here, they're a bit basic, but I think we can still work with it. Obviously, if it's like someone like jumping off, skydiving, anything like that, that would definitely catch more attention and would keep the person who watches more engaged, and then in the background still listen to whatever is happening in the background. But I think that should be good for now. Some of them we might want to like cut a bit shorter. But I think this looks good so far. Let's move those around a bit. Some of them might be a bit long. Let's move those around a bit so we don't have like the same object like back to back. It should be good. And now I think it's like, okay, now it's like minute long. That's a bit long. So maybe we want to just cut the clips a bit shorter and to make it still good, but have different kind of images on top. Let's see what else we have here. We might move a little bit, maybe over here. So yeah, obviously you can take your time and like properly adjust it. I will just do it like real quick for this example over here. Usually it is good, let's say if you do or you create a normal social media reel, to have each element like about a second. I would say in this case, some of them, as you can see, we have a bit longer, but I think this is okay. Okay, and now we can listen to it. I do. This one might be good on here. I think this is good. Obviously, like I said, you do want to take your time with it, making sure that right now I really just adjusted the audio based on whatever it came up with. But maybe you have like when you were listening to the podcast, like a very specific clip that you did really like, and you just want to use like maybe 10 or 20 seconds of it, which would be optimal. This one is a bit long. I think we can just use it like that. But then for the future clips, we might just want to have it 10, 20 seconds, like on the most important part of the podcast, I would say. But like I said, this one is just an example. You do want to take your time with it. It's just making sure it's like really engaging, really good. But this is just like a good example where you can see, okay, I can have really cool engaging content and then with like a meaning, more educational content maybe, or in this case like a podcast behind. What we want to do in this case as well is maybe add a little bit of music in the background. As I've probably shown you in the other videos, the best way to do that is to add this viral style, I like to call it viral style, Instagram music and so on in the background, where you can just look for an Instagram video online and then you go ahead and you will copy the URL. You will import it into I believe it's called Instagram download, and then you will receive the video file. You will, let's see if we have it here somewhere. We might have it. I think this one is one good example. As you can see, this one is just 20 seconds, so it won't really work. But for any other video that might be longer, that might work. And then you simply import the audio, and yeah, I hope that helps. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Bye bye.